Okay, I just finished my first ever 72-mile gravel race. Let me tell you about it.
Both me, Dunzo. We got 9 miles left that we're battling. Not fun.
I had originally signed up with a few friends who ended up not being able to make it.
Which race are you doing? All of them.
There was definitely part of me that was like, do I do this? Do I bail? And I just went ahead and did it. Overall training was really smooth. I kind of just came up with a training plan with AI, and I think it went really well. I feel like I got fitter, and but the one problem I had was just this nagging knee pain. It's so frustrating, and it got better towards the end of this training plan. I just had to go to Hawaii for work, so I was on an airplane like 14 of the last 72 hours, which is not ideal. That trip just absolutely beat me, so hopefully this will help and get me on the right track. I'll probably keep up on it. Usually I go to these people and they just yell at me for not stretching, so we'll see. That was crazy. And no, she didn't tell me to stretch, but oh yeah, baby. Look at that. So when I started the race, I wanted to go out easy, and I thought I did, but looking back at my heart rate data, I did not start easy. I think just the energy and the commotion of a race, you think you're going slow and you think you're going easy, but in reality, I was not going easy. And so I kind of immediately spiked my heart rate, and it kind of stayed there the whole race, which I think ended up just hurting me a little bit in the end. Okay, let me run through my bike. So this is the Ari Shafer 3.0, and this bike got me into gravel biking. I saw the launch video for this bike, and I had kind of had my eye on gravel for a little while, but when I saw this bike, I immediately knew this was a sport I wanted to get into, and this was the bike that I wanted to buy. So I called Ari, I said I'm ready to buy a bike, but I actually bought just the most stock version because I tend to jump into a lot of hobbies and things. And so I just wanted to make sure I loved it, and rode it for a few weeks and immediately went and upgraded to some carbon rims. These are just the ICANN G25 rims. So full carbon frame, designed and assembled here in Utah by Ari Bikes, a really, really rad local bike company. They're doing such cool things in the bike space. I genuinely just want one of all of their bikes. One of my favorite things about the bike is this compartment. Just unlock the water bottle holder, pops off, you can put a bunch of stuff in the frame. The thing that I love most about this bike is the confidence it gives me and the possibilities it gives me. I can leave my house and hop on my bike and go just about anywhere. I can go ride on the road, I can go ride gravel, I can go ride single track. It is just so much fun, and truly the possibilities are endless. If I was to get rid of all of my other bikes and keep just one, there's no question it would be this bike. Amazing, amazing job by Ari Bikes on this one. And I am so excited to take this into the race. I feel so confident that it'll not only get me through the race, but I'll have a ton of fun the whole time. I'm realizing I've got just about nothing as far as repair kits and nutrition. So gonna run around and do a couple of those little things. I'm gonna grab just bits and bobs, parts for the race, tubes and things for repairs, and then the actual nutrition for the race. What do we got in here, big dog?
Got the white, the black, the gold.
Oh.
Stickers for the team.
Which race are you doing?
All of them.
This is one of the bailers, so now I'm doing this thing by myself.
Baby. I've got a baby coming.
He's got a baby coming, but he is dealing the stickers, so we're gonna have some sick decals for this puppy. Thanks, Santa Claus. Honestly, the coolest thing about this race was just the beauty of the landscape, and I think about gravel biking in general in my short time doing it is just being able to see these vast expanses, and you're doing it all by your own power. Okay, so it's Thursday and I'm just doing a few things to prep the bike today. I did a good wash. I topped off my sealant. And I'm also gonna throw these stickers on my rims. Hey, that's pretty clean. Okay, let me run you through my gear and tools. Okay, so real quick, I'll just run through everything. So I'm just gonna bring an extra thing of sealant, throw this in the backpack just in case things get really crazy. And then I've got a tube I'm just gonna do one of these, and I'm gonna throw this on the seat. I'm gonna rubber band that to the seat, which I'll do in a second. And then these are just wraps. These are actually camera wraps, like porta brace wraps. I just cut one of these up into 4 so that everything I shove into my frame has some protection and it's not clunking around. So that's an extra one, but as you can see, I'll open all these up. So I've got a multi-tool here, and then they just kind of wrap up and they have Velcro on them. And then in here, we've just got tire levers, a pair of those. Really hope I don't have to swap a tire, but those just wrap up, and then those will go inside. And then this is really cool. This is a Dynacore kit. A lot of people do bacon strips. This is essentially that, but it's just preloaded. And so this just shoves down into the tire, and then you pull it out. There's like a smaller sized one if there's a small puncture, or even a little bit beefier one if you need it. And then inside here, I've just got a couple CO2 cartridges. I'm gonna bring 2. We're looking good to go. Looks like the weather should be pretty good, honestly. Would have taken a little bit warmer, but it should be good. So honestly, I'm just so excited to go out there and be in the beautiful desert. I love this part of Utah, Nevada, and I'm just excited to go have fun, push myself. I'm in this just to go out there and finish this thing. I think this gravel and these conditions are gonna be really interesting to see how my body holds up. So honestly, at this point, if I finish and I finish somewhere in the time zone I'm thinking, I'll be really excited.
Okay, let's talk about my kit and then nutrition.
So first, I've got the attacker bibs and a base layer, just some normal weather socks. And then I've got Giro shoes. I will have an actual race short sleeve jersey that has 3 pockets in the back. This I'll probably wear a good chunk of the second half of the day, I would think. Then I've got my POC Seidel helmet with my Oakley Sutro glasses and all. And then I've also got this long sleeve that I'm definitely gonna start in. And then I've got this hydration backpack that I'll keep a couple things in. Let's run through nutrition and hydration really quick. Really important to keep nutrition up and hydration. My nutrition approach is slightly different, but I'll still run through it because I train and normally eat really low carb. But let's talk about hydration first. So really simple, I'll have this bottle on my bike and I'm just gonna load it with electrolytes. Each of these packets is about 800 milligrams of sodium. So I'll probably throw 3 in here and just drink little bits of this throughout the ride. And so this will be like a really potent cocktail. But then I will load this bag up with just plain water, and this will go in my backpack. I'll eat before the race tomorrow. And then throughout the race, I really like these almond butter packets. I'll start eating these probably every 10, 15 miles from the beginning of the race. They're 200 calories and they have 17 grams of fat. And so this is just a good fuel source for me. And then just a few protein bars. These are Stars and Honey bars. And I really like these because they don't have anything that's gonna bother your stomach in them. So no artificial sweeteners. These are about 200 calories each. And then some sugar, some glucose. Also have a continuous glucose monitor on, so I'll see if my blood sugar is low, high, things like that, and just kind of manage nutrition as those readings come through. Okay, so I'm gonna just load this route onto my Garmin. So I just powered it up, and I pulled, oh, nice big beep. Also, yes, I'm on hold. We'll see if anyone answers, but okay, so I pulled the route from the website for the race, and this is on Ride with GPS. And so you open the app, here's the actual route, and then you just click save, and then send to Garmin, and then it's pinned. And then we're gonna open the Garmin Connect app, and then gonna just hit refresh. It's updating. It says my whoops getting low. And let that finish, and it actually just popped up right here. Good bit of advice is just tighten down all the bolts on your shoes, because If one of these pops out, that's no fun. Okay, so it is Friday and the race is tomorrow, and I'm just doing some last minute additions. I'm gonna throw everything into this compartment, and I added an Insta360 stem mount, and I also did add this cargo bag that I'll throw probably a couple things in. Most likely my Insta360 when it's not here, or my camera. Yeah, but the bike's ready to go. Super stoked, everything's loaded. I'll throw a couple things in here tomorrow just before the race, but yeah, basically Garmin, Insta360, a bunch of stuff in the frame, just the one water bottle, and then the water backpack, and then this cargo bag. It's got pockets on both sides so I can get to it easily, and then just one extra tube. Yeah, everything's looking great. Okay, it's about 9 p.m. the night before. I was talking to my buddy Trevor, and I said, what am I missing? I know I gotta be missing something. And he said, you don't have your chamois butter. So, although I couldn't get the name brand, I got this from CVS. But Thigh Rescue Anti-Friction Stick with aloe, pomegranate, and grapeseed oil. I trust it. Had good reviews. 3,000, 4.7. Hopefully it does the job. Anyways, good night. I think this is the last thing for tonight.
So I'm having 4 eggs, an avocado, half a powdered ground beef, and some blackberries and some electrolytes. Okay, we're about 30 minutes out from Wendover. It was just a beautiful drive out this morning, very early, but the sun's starting to come up. Got prepped, got dressed, pretty smooth. Yeah, here we go.
Just about 24 miles in, so a third of the way. All right, we are at mile 60 and just hitting a bunch of these super sandy sections, and oh, I am feeling it. These are like donezo, but we got 9 miles left, so we're battling. No fun. Hey, this is the funnel climb. It's brutal. My legs, I want to fall off. But I'm just short around 5 hours.
Honestly, so much harder than I thought. Like, so much harder. Oh, the long rides on smooth paved roads just don't prepare you for that. But honestly, so much fun and very humbling in so many ways. But wow. Yeah, probably went out a little bit too fast, even though I was trying not to. I just think I needed to go ridiculously slow. But really my biggest thing is just both of my knees started to really bother me at like mile 50. So the finish was so hard, but hey, the goal was to do my first race and finish it. And I was just so happy that I was able to finish the race and see the whole course. There was definitely a couple moments that were sketchy, a couple almost crashes where the sand was deep, or my knee was really acting up kind of after mile 50, 55. So I was just pushing those last little bit, and I got passed by a lot of people just kind of not being able to push and press down as hard as I wanted with my knee. But I think we just live in a world where everything is handed to us and it's so convenient. You have DoorDash, you have Uber. Everything's just so instant, Amazon Prime. And I think this is so cool that you're out seeing something so beautiful and feeling something that's so human and raw. The energy that you expend is just so exhausting, and you're pushing and you're pushing, and it just makes being able to look at these gorgeous views that much more important and that much more meaningful because you're the one who's actually doing it.